How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of the Stupid Questions podcast. Today on the pod, we're going to be talking with Gabriela Gawel. She is a Polish triathlete who is currently in Canada, but she has been in the U.S. for a while. She's back and forth getting some visa stuff figured out, but I got to know her through Marc Dubrick. Her and Marc are currently in a relationship, and it was really good to have her on, not just because of that connection, but more so because she has a pretty amazing story and is just a really good person. She lost her father at a young age, so for those who listen to this podcast, you'll know that obviously I connect with that in a pretty deep way. And she was able to provide a perspective from a younger sister, as a younger sister in that predicament or situation, that gave me just a different understanding and level of understanding, I think, of how I viewed my sisters and the things that they've gone through. So it was really special to me. I hope you guys enjoy it. We talk about triathlon. We talk about the life stuff. We talk about who she is, and it's a really good time. So thank you so much for being here. Also, before we get jumping in, make sure to check out the show notes if you want to check out the newsletter. You can sign up there. Any ways to support the podcast and also any of Gabriela's information for Instagram and stuff like that. You can check that out there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all the things. Turn on the notification bell. Helps to continue to grow the pod, and I thank you for it. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Gabriela Gawel. So is it Gabriela, Gabi? What do you prefer to be called?
It's easier to say Gabi, I think. Yeah, no one calls me Gabriela. Mark sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, Gabi is most common here. In Poland, they call me Gabrysia, Gabryśka. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, here Gabi, everyone's Gabi, and yeah, so Gabi is the best here.
Yeah. Do you think that this is an inaccurate assumption or assessment? Is Polish and Russian, Ukrainian, are they all relatively similar, or can you understand one and understand the other, or are they completely different?
No, I can say after when like the war happened and so many Ukrainians came to Poland, especially I live 60 kilometers to Polish border, to Ukrainian border.
Oh, wow.
So, I met so many people. If it's about Ukrainian who lives very close to the border, Polish border, okay, you can understand them. But if it's like farther, it's like, for me, totally, even after, I don't know how long the war is already, it's like over 2 years for sure. Yeah. But I'm still like, some of them are still living from the day one to since today. And I'm not able to understand them. And the Russian Ukrainian and Polish is very, I would say, like more similar than Russian. I think it's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grew up in Poland?
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Poland, South Poland. So it's still not mountains, but it's very close to, like, I have really nice mountains, just like 1 hour, 40 minutes from me is Bieszczady Mountains. Very nice region. And yeah, this is where I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to come to the US?
So I have family in US. My father's sister, she lives in New York. My mom's 3 sisters are in the other part is there in Connecticut. I always say yes, in Massachusetts. So I was very often I was visiting them in US when I was younger and when I was a teenager. After that, when I started working, I stopped. But if it's about triathlon, I came to Arizona just for the camp in Tucson.
Yep.
It was last year February, just because one of my aunt's friends, my aunt's friend, he when she was telling him that, oh, she's doing my niece is doing triathlon, he met me when I was 12 or whatever, just once, and he was like so excited because he is like a cyclist, like, age grouper also, like, I don't know, but he was so excited that I'm doing something like that, the triathlon. So he started asking questions, and he knows Barry Shapley. Barry Shapley is my coach right now.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, like he organizes the camps in Tucson every year. So maybe you would like to go and to just join them." And I said, like, first when he asked her, not even me, I was like, "No way! Like, come on! I have my
Yeah.
job. Like, come on! I'm an age grouper. I just started. It was like my third maybe season, but like I started from scratch, so I knew exactly where I am, and thinking about going to the other country to train with people, especially with like using different language. I was so scared, and I was, no way, that's not for me. But after that, there was he called me that time on January last year, and he's like, "Listen, like, this is a really nice thing. You should really consider that." And that was the year when I was turning 30. So it's like, come on, when?
Yeah. I'm an
If
adult.
not
What am I
now,
doing?
exactly. Yeah, like I should really take a chance and just say yes for it, take every risk. And this is like nice number, nice age, like 30. I can just go there and come back in a week if I don't like it. But yeah, I came there and I realized that it's not so scary. Of course, like the pros and the swimming on the other lanes, they're like totally different level. I was on the slowest one with Babnaki, 75-year-old.
Yeah.
But do you know Babnaki? You know who he is? He's a 3 times world champion in his age group. Such a great guy. So he was jogging, I was swimming, and and I really loved Tucson. And for me, it's like probably the best for now what I saw, because I wasn't traveling and training around the world. As I'm saying, for me, it's still like beginning of the journey. So that the biggest problem for me in Poland or whatever was to stay in position, because I was so afraid of the cars. No one is taking care of you. Like, this is very common.
Yeah.
And in Arizona, all the bike paths are so, like, let's say, safe, because they are totally separate from the main roads. So I didn't have to take care or be afraid of cars, because I'm just on the lane, and maybe some people who are like walking and just other cyclists. So that helped me a lot to just feel more confident in this position. So that was also my probably first year on a TT bike.
Wow.
So
So we covered a lot of ground there. And thank you so much for sharing how you did. I want to take a pause for a second from the present day. And I want to go back a little bit more to kind of get some more prior context for just who you are. And the question I love to ask you is, you may know it's coming, you may not, is the question from your perspective, like, who is Gabi?
Who is Gabi? So I would say that I'm a kind of how to say that, resilient. I don't know. Hardworking person who's not afraid of like being in a different situations in life. For sure, I know that I can work hard, so I am able to figure it out so many situations. And that's probably that. There is for sure the difference between me right now and me a few years ago. Like, huge difference. Even when like Marc was asking me something today, and I told him like, my trauma made me funny. And so I think that there is so many situations which happened in my past that made me the person I am right now. Like, of course, that's obvious, but totally, I can see that I'm happy in the end of the day, I'm happy with the person I am right now, and how it changed a lot. And I would never. Some people are saying, "Oh, I wish I was 20 again."
Mm-hmm.
Never. I'm so happy about about that, and I'm 30, 31 right now,
Yeah.
and I'm just getting more like getting more experience. And yeah, so what else about me is like I would say that I'm helpful. I'm still trying to be the person who can set the boundaries. The boundaries, I don't know
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
say, like to um yeah, because sometimes I want too much to help people or
Mm.
just be too much, and sometimes it's hard for me to say no,
Yeah.
but it's still getting better and better. So yeah, it's every year. Like the older I am, the more I understand that not every person has a good intentions, and
Mm.
not only that I am a giver, it doesn't mean that the person is the same, or
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably short. Long story short about who
Yeah.
Gabi is. Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. And we're going to dive into some more of those things. And if for any reason, if you ever feel the need to cut things short, don't do it. Take as long as you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me say this though. Two things. I know
Hmm.
before when we jumped on here, you were a little concerned because like English isn't your first language, but I will
Yeah.
say you are doing an excellent job. I've understood everything that you're saying, and I only
Thank
speak
you.
one language. So your mental capacity, your ability to speak multiple languages and communicate your emotions and the things you're going through right now, like you're doing really good. So
Yeah,
I'll say
thank you
that
so
first.
much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. The worst part is the biggest barrier, because very often I understand things from context, even if I don't understand one word, but the context I
Yeah, you get the
can.
picture.
Yeah, exactly. But the hardest for me is like when people or my friends, Mark or whoever, is just quoting something from the movie. Like Mark like loves to quote the movies, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, do you know that movie? And I'm like, especially is the translation in Polish is different, so it's not so funny. Like
Yeah.
like is the and or did you watch that movie? And like he's saying me the title. I'm like, wait, and I'm checking the title. I'm like, yes or no, but so
Yeah.
those are the things like which you're not able to learn at school. Yeah, if no
Mm-hmm.
one is quoting movies.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It it's super interesting on that topic of humor. Is humor is so culturally specific based on
oh yeah,
what the
oh
popular
yeah.
conversation is, or like you're saying, even foods or certain smells, or the way that certain cultures react to different instances and situations with family or whatever. It's also very different.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's so sometimes there are situations like my sense of humor is like I would say maybe not dark, like I'm sarcastic. Like
Mm-hmm.
of course I don't wanna like offend anyone. I don't know, offend, yeah, that would be the word, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes something what's funny in Poland, it's not funny
Yeah.
here, totally. I learned a lot that thankfully I'm here around people who are understand, and they know what was my intention saying
Yeah.
something. But sometimes someone is like, just don't say it like, in public or
Yeah.
so yeah, it's sometimes like the difference of cultures is like huge. Like of
Mm-hmm.
course, like in Poland it's getting more and more, like for example political, I don't know how to say that,
Yeah.
also let's taking, you're not using the same words you were using or sentences you were using like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
uh, but it's still whatever is in US or in Canada and Poland, or I don't know, probably Europe, it's still
Very different.
huge. So I really need to think with my stupid jokes or sarcasm, or really, really, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the hard part, I
Well, you're
think.
doing good, and you're trying. It sounds like
Thank you.
with good people, so I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yes.
Um, so one thing you said that I'd like to
Hmm.
touch on is that even a couple of years ago, when comparing yourself now to who you were then, you
Yeah.
said there's a big difference, and you also said that there's trauma and things you've
Oh yeah.
experienced. I would love to hear as much as
Hmm.
you're willing to share about that, because I think a lot of people go through things and then we kind of don't talk about them because they can be tough and whatnot. But if you feel comfortable sharing those stories, I would
Yeah.
love to hear them and how they've influenced you.
So long story short or not, when so my family is not a big family. It's just my mom, my brother, 10 years older, me, and my father passed away. Now it's 2025, so he passed away in 2010. So, and it was super like
Sudden.
yes, sudden. So it's not like he was sick for many months or something. Just one day he felt, the day before he started feeling like, no, weird. At night he was like drinking a lot of water. He felt thirsty. In the morning he called his friend, like, something that his friend, like the doctor, said, something's wrong. Something feels weird. And he told him just to call ER, I don't know, like ambulance.
911,
And thanks to that, you don't have to like wait in line for an hour or whatever. So he like took a shower, packed himself. He was fully okay, even like, and just like I think 12 hours later, he passed away. So that was like.
Wow.
And I don't know the word for that. It was something in the lungs, I would say. There's something, I don't know. But yeah, that was very sudden. And the thing I think, like, what makes it like even worse, I would say, is that when I was 5, for my dad, it was very popular at the time when people from Poland or Europe were going to US to work. And he also left there. He was working there. So, and he spent so many years there. And when he passed away, maybe it was second year of him when he came back home, when finally we had nice house and like, the new house and whatever, like we moved and everything should be right now like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it happened. So, and the traumatic thing also about it was that my father was the first person for me, the close one, who passed away. Like, my grandmothers were alive. My one grandfather was alive. The other one passed away before I was born. So I never had this like contact with death, So that was something, like super traumatic for me.
So
but
young.
Especially, you can see some, probably, I don't know if you can see those reels, but I can see many reels about Slavic people, European, Polish, where it's like, for example, they're saying there is no depression, there's nothing, something like depression, that was their thinking for many years. And for sure, so many people are still thinking about it, that there is no trauma. You should be hard, push hard. If you're feeling sad, you're weak or whatever. So now it's, of course, it's different. And when something like that happens to the kid who lost a parent, there is like psychologists at school. There's so many steps how they are helping. For me, I don't know, like there was no psychologist. There was no one, of course, my mom, like whatever, was talking to me. But I just came back, like, for example, to school, like a week later, and just trying to just to find myself in the new situation. So I think that thing that I haven't worked on my feelings and whatever happened to me, I saw like the effects of that. I saw just few years later, really. I was thinking that everything is like normal, but even the one thing after which I found out many years later, that, for example, so my father passed away on January. and mm, in August the same year, I totally stopped eat meat. Like I started being vegetarian, and I was thinking that it's okay. Like it's it's just this is what I want and whatever. But after like in working with like some psychologists for later in my life, I figured out that was my way of control things that I was trying that that was the way I was trying to control something, and that not eating meat is like that this is something I can control. Yeah. So there's so many things I can see that were are affected me and some of my behaviors or the way I react for some things. And I'm super super like not super extra happy, okay, but grateful that finally after so many years I decided to go for like therapy or to find someone to ask for help. It was when I was in the beginning of my like university. I don't know what's the proper name, college or university.
Yeah,
in
either
Poland.
one. Either one. University.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
So exactly. So I spent so many hours, really, so many hours with working on my things, and the feeling. I'm sorry, the feeling after when you realize that so many things, when you finally find the person, of course it's not the first person like the psychologist or whoever, it's like work for you. You have to find the proper person, and finally I found the proper person. It's just like game changer. Like for me, I really wish that probably every person should go and try to talk, because sometimes we think we are not reacting when that some things didn't make an impact on us, whatever. But after that, it's just like such a big relief. And also how I look at other things right now, even in my relationships or at work, or how I react when it's like, bad situations happens to me or something stressful situations, it's just totally different how I would react a few years ago.
Yeah.
So this year it's also very important for me, because this is like exactly 10 years, I think, when I really started doing something with my depression, when I realized that that it's like that I need help. So as you see, 2010 and 5 years later, I just realized that this is not normal how I feel. Yeah. So and the why I said to Mark that my trauma makes me happy, because it's like very often people, I was always super talkative, like joking, funny, even if I was in my worst, moment in my life, like in the depression. Like no one would say that when I was going, to the university or high school or something. Like no one trusts me. Like when I started talking about it later, people were like, no, like they were shocked, like no way. Yeah.
You
So
hit it well.
So this is the very important part, I think, for people to not judge, to be careful, because you have no idea what the person is like, struggling with. Yeah.
First off, thank you so much for sharing. I know that's not easy, and you did really well.
Thank you.
I'll just say this too. So I have two younger sisters.
Yeah.
I'm 33. My younger sister
Yeah.
in the middle, she's 30, and then the youngest is, how old is she now? She's 12 years younger than me, so she's like 20-ish, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I lost my dad when I was 16,
Yeah.
and I know you, like, I guess you were 15 when you lost your dad.
Yeah.
And I think that, and I don't want to cheapen the power and the beauty of what motherhood is, but I think it's
Yeah.
really hard for especially girls to
Yes.
grow up without a dad, especially around
Yeah.
the age you were going through
Yeah.
puberty, figuring out what a woman is, but figuring out how a woman should relate to a man, like a good man, is such a hard thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm acutely aware of that because, like, as I was growing up, part of my sisters, I think they looked up to me a lot, and like that they wanted to see, what does a father look like? And I had no
Yeah.
experience of what that should be.
Yeah.
But I just was very acutely aware of like how powerful like a father can be to a daughter. And so
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry you lost him so suddenly like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that
to try
is.
to figure out.
Yeah. As I said, I had no idea that I'm struggling so bad with that. Yeah, just after a while, I realized. But what you said about the daughter thing, father-daughter, like as I said, it was my brother, 10 years older than me, and so the big gap, and I was the youngest, and and I was like mm, yeah, like my father, like I was such a daddy's girl, and so yeah, that was also hard to, especially he wasn't home for so many years, and
Yeah.
finally I got my dad back, and
then he's gone.
exactly. So, but yeah, what you said that about also I was listening on the podcast with Mark, not the last one, the first one, I think, and I think you were telling about how the thing that you lost your dad affected you, that you were trying to show like other friends' fathers that you're like I don't want to mess it up how to say that, but can you help me?
Yeah. So you're saying there was a couple things. First, it was I wanted to, even without being aware of it, impress them because I
Yeah,
wanted things
exactly.
to be, and I was also trying to emulate and figure out what parts of them like should I
Yeah,
take on as like those are fatherly characteristics, manly characteristics that I should be. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, this also for me was like trying to uh in this moment my brother started to be like a father for me. Like of course he also was like he made that role for me. He was trying to take care of me and like and he wasn't totally sensitive, like gentle with me, no way. So yeah, like that was like hard thing between us, because I was so mad that you're not my father. Sometimes he was like trying to be, and even like more than my mom for me, but he had good intentions, but that's the way how the person who was like 25, 26, 27 year old could also react in this situation. But yeah, I was trying to impress him and doing everything to not disappoint him. And yeah, so, and also like later in relationship, like not even relationships, but like looking for a partner, I was trying to, yeah, like I don't know, now I see that different, but I was also trying to find someone who can like probably take care of me, something like that. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
But that was like I can see that was an kind of issue, and I'm so happy that I worked on it. And it's just like yeah, like I figured out that that's not that's a pattern, just because like it's caused for what happened to me before. Yeah.
It takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to
Yeah.
step outside of yourself to realize, because you said it took you 5 years, and I'm so glad you figured out, because I've met people who are in their 60s and 70s who've gone through things and they still have not been able to talk to someone or figure out or have enough self-awareness to figure out like, oh my goodness, like I'm still holding on to this baggage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I said that I really wish that every person could like who's struggling with something or whatever could be able to have the help and the possibility to talk to other person, especially like the person
Hmm.
who knows what she's doing, like to a therapist or whatever, and to see what's the relief
Hmm.
to not be bothered of everything what's going on. Like I
Yeah.
was so worried about everything. What would people say?
Yeah.
Like that's the very thing in Poland or Europe. Like they like we're so like taking like we're so into what would people say. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I was so stressed. So I was stressed. After that I was like, so now it's like totally different, and that's such a great, I think it's the best. If someone would ask me what's my biggest luxury in my life, I would say this peace of mind.
Mm.
And just like, of course, it's not always that I'm super like, yeah, still getting stressed about things, is of course, but I react for them different. And
Yeah.
that's the most beautiful thing in my
Hmm.
life, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to do that, to find gratefulness amidst complete casualty and trauma, like you're saying, that
Yeah.
takes, yeah, and but it's a beautiful thing, and to find peace in the unknown. And also, I just wanted to touch on it too because you brought it up, and I think it's so beautiful. But we talked about kind of the mother and father um, positions in the home and their
Yeah.
responsibilities to the children. But whenever you lose one of those parents, the needs of the kids are still the same. So, like you said, you start looking to like
Yeah.
the siblings or other areas, and it's. I used to think what life was so black and white, and it was so this way is right, this way is wrong.
Hmm.
But in that instance, for example, like with the just the brother, older brother to the younger sister, lacking
Yeah.
of a father, there's things that I did to my sisters, even if you were sharing kind of how your brother
Hmm.
you were trying to impress him, and you kind of couldn't. I was like reflecting in my own mind of how my sisters have for years tried to do that to me, and it like brings me to tears because I didn't realize in the moment just how much I was crushing them, and it really
Yeah.
truthfully wasn't my fault. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to had to been the father, and they should not
Yeah.
have to try to look to me as a father.
Yeah.
But being able to kind of air that out, come to a level of like understanding with your sibling, like promotes, like you said, being able to see the pattern and then correct the
Yeah.
pattern that's bad. So
Yes.
yeah, super powerful
Yeah.
what you said. That was healing to me.
Yeah.
So thanks for saying it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, like me and my brother relation was like, oh, like really that was hard because, for example, how my triathlon started, it was for my brother telling me, you wouldn't be able to do the shortest distance in the triathlon because he finished like Ironman 2 years ago before or something,
Yeah.
and he was just sitting with his friend talking about something, and I came from the gym, and he's like, that was his way of motivating me to do the things,
Tell
like,
you you can't do
oh,
it.
you can do it. It's like, oh, that was really um when I was younger, she said, oh, I think you won't finish elementary school or something. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that he was like that. Of course, like I was not a bad student, but he was like, oh, so that was his way. And I said,
Mm.
like, what? No, you won't be able like to do like 1/8 or a triathlon, because in Poland we have very popular, like, it's not only sprint and Olympic, we also do like 1/8, 1/4 of Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I'm like, what? And the next day I started looking for swimming coach. So
Good for
that
you.
was, yeah. And the moment when he stopped making comments was when we two of us signed up for Polish Championships, Ironman full distance.
Wow.
And he, yes, and yeah, he was like, he came super like, sure that what's this? Yeah, he wasn't training, but I'm going to do that. And I remember that, like, even people were asking, oh, but like, who's gonna win? I'm like, hey, I'm not racing with my brother. I'm racing with girls in my age group, whatever. Like, yeah, that's where I should look. not on my brother, who is like 10 years older. He's a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this day, it was 2 years ago. I jumped, of course, like I was in the front, so I finished my like I just started before him. Yeah, he was standing in the lane somewhere farther. So yeah, I had no idea where he is. So I finished my swim. I was on a bike, and I was sure that I'm going to see him. Yeah, there were 2 laps or something. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see him. So I was like, oh my God, something happened.
Oh boy.
And yeah, he was so sure about himself
Yeah.
that he didn't even do warm up before. He didn't jump to the water. And the water in this place in Malbork is beautiful, beautiful place. Cold, yeah. So when he jumped and he was trying to go fast, like, like his heart asthma or whatever, I don't know, like he's just like, and he had to ask for help. So, DNF. And this day I won my, like Polish championships, like my age group category.
Yeah.
So he could stand there and see me holding this like gold medal for, in Polish championships.
Yeah, that's amazing. You got
and
his
after
respect,
that,
huh?
yeah. So after that, he stopped making comments, and I was like, "Come on, don't do that to me again.
Yeah.
Don't do that." Yeah. So that was nice. That was good thing in my life to show him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're obviously a go-getter and very driven. Do you think that are there other forms of motivation that you can receive from people who you respect or looked up to that will push you to the same level, you think? Does that make sense?
So motivation from other people. Yeah. I really, you know what, when I'm sometimes like of course, when now I'm more into people who are into sport. Like I've never been around people who are doing sport, like, like that's what they're doing for a living, or even I didn't have like friends who were like sport fans, whatever. And so now I can see some, like just looking at like how, I don't know how to say that proper, just being with those people, or just following what they're doing. And also, now I understand that I also can be tired. It's nothing bad of being tired, that those people are also tired and just taking rest, or sometimes going and doing the workout even they are tired, because there is a plan they have to follow, you know what I mean? So that's the kind of motivation for me, that I'm not only like, there's more people who are struggling with the things like me, like being tired or injured, yeah, or whatever. So I think that's the motivation for me, that I can see that I'm not the only one, and there's more people. Even when you train, like in Tucson, for example, and I was swimming, and you can see that even like the best swimmers, the few lays farther from me, sometimes they're not making their paces, they're tired. And it's like, and they're, like, the farther you go, your bar of whatever your expectations are getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
So for me right now would be like, let's say, to race 130 minutes per 100 meters on my race. So, for them it's totally different, but we all have our expectations. And so it's so same hard for me, like for them to make this little progress, or the like pros, like just swimmers, like, who just want to make their personal best for 0.001, or you know what I mean?
Marginal
so
gains, yeah.
Exactly. So that's the motivation for me, that okay, we're on a totally different level, but the way is very similar, and the journey is very similar. So that's because I think, I think that age groupers are, I would say very often, I don't know how it's like in US or Canada, whatever, but in Poland, for example, I can see that age groupers are thinking that they're not humble enough, I would say. They are thinking that going for a local race and they win because no one else is like almost doing that, you know what I mean? And they think that, oh, I won the small race and I'm like,
I'm the best.
and exactly, I always say, hey, go for like big Ironman event, and you will see that you're like far, far, far. And this is like, for me, was a motivation to do that, to go and race in US or somewhere else to see where I really am. Like, it's not the maybe I can win those like local races or my age group or whatever, but the real thing is to go for the huge race when like they are all finished and you're still running. Yeah, so for me this is the big motivation for me, because I can see that, sorry, but my level of, even, I'm not even saying about pros, but age groupers is like, come on. Like, that's the gap. I wasn't a sporty girl, I wasn't a athletic kid or something. My family wasn't, there was no like sport hobbies. We weren't the type of family at all. I was, when I was teenager, I was doing everything to avoid physical education classes.
Really?
And my teachers weren't helping me with that, because, like, for example, one of my teachers, she told me, oh, Gabi, you won't be a dancer, like, because I was so unathletic. And I was, maybe the way they showed me that, they were more glorifying the girls who were like, great in team sports or whatever. So they were playing all the time, like the handball or something, and I was like, I had no idea what I'm doing. Like, even today, like, if you give me like tell me to play basketball, like, man, I have no idea what to do. So I was doing everything to avoid it. And I even had like a special, like, document from the doctor to
skip out of
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just when I think in 2019 I started going to the gym, like for like this like fitness classes or something, where it was dark because they were turning off the lights. So I was feeling, okay, no one sees,
Yeah.
And after that, I went to my like personal trainer, and I started like gym stuff, like lifting and everything like crazy. I was trying to start running, but that was bad. I was smoking then. So
really?
after all those like fitness classes I was going, I was smoking. So that was crazy. Yeah, so totally. I was zero, nothing, no bike, no running, no swimming, totally. Yeah, so after that, I think it was COVID, and I was stuck in my house because I was a teacher. So all my lessons I was doing online, and after that, like there was no options to go out, whatever. So I started doing like those online. It was very popular, like online classes, like fitness classes. I started doing that. And I started doing like, that was the moment when I felt like, oh, like, it's nice. Yeah. And I was going for harder and harder and harder. And I found something which were very similar to like CrossFit, but at home. They made everything to adjust to like COVID I don't know how to say that. So I was doing those so many reps. I had rope. I bought like the weights, and I started doing that. Like, oh my god, I just can do like a lot of burpees and rope and whatever. I was so excited. So after that, I went to I went for a few like CrossFit like classes,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, whoa. And and just right after, there was all the thing, I think, with my brother, and with him like telling me, oh,
You can't
you're
even do that.
you can't even do, you for sure you won't be able to do that. So my brother bought me my first, just to probably to uh, make me to make it easier
Encourage you.
for me. Encouraged me. He bought me my first road bike
Wow.
for Christmas, and that's that's how it started.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, but it was still, I found this swim coach, and it was still COVID, whatever. So they were opening and closing the pools, opening. They're so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I finished the short one, and later, like the 1/8 after that, like a few weeks later, 1/4, like almost barely swimming.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, and I was like, oh, I really like that. I like it. And of course, I quit smoking and everything. So it's like, I was just like, so I finally find a way, like the, before, when someone was asking me, what's your hobby? I was like, or what's your passion? I was like, really, like, like I was doing so many things, but it's nothing was like into my, like in my heart. Like it was like that I can talk for hours about something. I always love, I don't know, love like to read books, like since I was a kid, and tons of books. But I don't know what's the, like, someone is ask you, so this is sounds kind of boring.
No, not at all.
uh, but after that, when I felt that the feeling, and that I'm not able to swim, like, it's so hard to learn how to swim, how to breathe, and I was so tired, my nose was so tired after
Mm.
this water and everything. It's just like, that was so crazy, but I really wanted to, like, and um even right now, I can say that, because I will always go too hard. I always go too hard. Like, I
Mm.
stop my runs too hard. I'm still learning all those things. So I'm much smarter than I was, of course, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But what I found out, that me being like pushing hard and trying to be, like crazy, is not working in water at all. Yeah, because here it's not about, it's more about like
Technique.
technique. And if my coach here is always like, slow down, slow down, slow down. And why going so fast? Slow down and slow down. And those are when he's giving us like workouts, like yesterday, there was going like 50s, yeah, slow, 2 seconds faster, 2 seconds slower, 4 seconds faster, 4 seconds slower. And he's
Mm.
like, I'm looking at you because I know that for you, this workout
Slower.
will be the hardest. And it's not of me going like this faster thing, to slow down. And really,
Mm.
that was crazy.
Mm.
That was, yeah, for me still, even if I feel that I am not pushing hard, or I think, oh, I'm going so slow, he's like, come on, like, you're going still too fast, too, like, of course it's not crazy fast, but my fast.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
such a good parallel for life, even with swimming, because in order to, let's just use business or any profession, I think, as an
Mm-hmm.
example to kind of draw those parallels between, or the correlations, you have to learn how to pace yourself. It feels really
Yeah.
good to go fast, especially for like driven people. I consider myself
Yeah.
like probably a pretty driven person, entrepreneur or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and you seem similar. If you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, it feels good, but then all of a sudden, like, you're burnt out and you're like, what happened? And
Oh
then
yeah.
everything shatters. And it's so similar for swimming. That's why I love our sport,
Yeah.
because there's so many life lessons that you learn on swimming, biking, running, especially swimming,
Yeah.
that can translate to our lives.
Yeah. Oh really? Yeah, that's amazing. And that feeling in the water, where it's just like you and water, and like, on the run you can listen, like, of course there are like headphones
Mm-hmm.
for water. Right now I don't have one, but or when you're on a trainer, you have, like, let's say, TV or a
Mm-hmm.
phone. Here you can, Yeah. So, and also I have like kind of problem. I always like to have my phone next to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's really the swimming is the only time when I'm sleeping, of course,
Yeah.
when I don't have like, I don't reach for my phone to check something. It's
Yeah, you're
like,
fully disconnected.
exactly. So that's amazing thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Mm. So your brother, obviously he went from, motivating you when you were younger, kind of telling you can't do stuff, to now he,
Yeah.
got you a bike, your first road bike to get into the sport. So
Hmm.
are you guys a lot closer now that you've gotten older?
I would say that uh, there's this again. We're not like craziest friends ever,
Yeah.
and he always know better things, and he's person who's like he knows the best. So
He sounds like he sounds like me, like how I am with my sisters. Yeah.
exactly. So sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to fight it that who's right, who's not. If
Mm,
you think so, yeah. But whatever would be in our lives, even if we were like, let's say, mad about something to each other, the best part about it that even let's say we're not talking because we're mad because of whatever happened. I always knew that if I need something, like especially the depression thing, showed me that if it's the moment when I really need him, he's there no matter what. Yeah.
mm,
So that's the good part about it, that um we're like we're like doing things to each other, saying
totally.
things. Yeah. So someone can say, oh, they hate each other or something, but if it comes to the moment when one of us
Mm,
needs, yes, that's for sure. So yeah, that's the type of relation between me and him. um yeah. um you know um I would say that also uh whatever happened to in our lives, yeah, had impact for me and for him, of course. And I went and I like work on my things with the very like with the psychologist. What I know, I think that he never tried. So
mm,
really, I think that would be probably nice to him too, because I what I think about my brother is that he's still in this mode that he have to take care of everything,
mm,
which makes him much and much stress. You know what I mean?
yeah.
um so that's caused sometimes some tensions between me and him, because he's so stressed, and he's so stressed, and even in the situations who are really like, in the month you're forgetting about them, about those things. And I think that that's the thing which is different between me and him right now, because I look at the things a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happened, it happens, that we can't control everything. Yeah.
Mm,
So why, let's do whatever, control what we can control, and the things we are not able to control, why to lose sleep,
yeah, I agree.
and exactly. So yeah, I think that's the difference, that sometimes I'm trying to avoid his like stress or nerves or whatever. Like, of course, like I'm trying to listen
Mm-hmm.
and tell him what I think, but also I don't want to. Hmm, yeah, sometimes I just don't want to get this energy of being negative. Yeah, because sometimes it's like, too much. And especially in the situation when I'm here so far from the family, and I'm like, for example, I'm trying to not thinking about things that, oh, I miss my family. Oh, what if something happened? Well, because if I start thinking about those things, it will be bad. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
of course, like, yeah, if I start missing my family, like thinking how far they are,
Mm,
and just like focus on this, oh wow, they're so far. I miss my mom, I miss my dogs, I miss my brother. I think wouldn't be good for me. So yeah, I'm trying to sometimes maybe kind of make a distance from other things and just think more what is good for me and not getting stressed of things which in 1 week, let's say, he is like already forgot that something was going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as we get older, I think those we're all on different journeys, and hopefully, it sounds like he's continuing to
Yeah.
hit on one, and we'll figure it out. But sometimes it takes some people a little bit longer to be able to have that same perspective. But I can totally relate with my sisters, even with my mom. I feel like after my mom sounds very similar to how your brother is, and I love my mom. She's super strong. She's super
Exactly.
a great mom. I mean, she helped us survive through just some crazy
Yeah.
times all on her own, making not much money, but somehow we always had a roof over our head and food.
Yeah.
But she was always like, I can do this. I'm strong. And she recently just started going to therapy not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that because she
Exactly.
can start to see a little bit clearer and
Yes.
find healing for herself, because that's really what I think it comes down to.
Yeah, that's amazing for her. Yeah, exactly. So you understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple other questions.
Yep.
So obviously you are dating Marc Dubrick.
Oh yeah.
So how did you meet this man of the water?
So I'm sorry, Mark. I know that you probably didn't tell everyone. How was it?
Oh yeah, I know. Well, it's his fault because he said, "Hey, you should have Gabi on us."
Yeah. So no, because I was asking him, "Oh, did you tell your family how we met?" And I just said like we met in Tucson or something. So I'm not sure if he said
we're cataloging
it
now. Yeah.
So that's the funny thing that it wasn't a date app or something. It was, of course, in Tucson, it's like everyone, like, for example, one friend, like your friend knows the other person. It's like, I think that everyone knows each other. So it's like a big community. So even if I didn't know Mark, I knew, like, for example, my friends knew Mark. So, and we were passing each other sometimes on the run or pool. So he's not a stranger for me. So that's the nice thing, probably made things easier. So I had no idea who Marc Dubrick is. I just remember the guy with mustache running, and he seemed just nice. And once there was a track run, and they posted picture, and he was in the picture. So I just checked. Oh, finally, I can find out who is he. Yeah, like, what's his name? And just like whatever. And I clicked like follow. He followed me back, and nothing. And in few days, he posted something. He was riding gravel, and there was like river or water he couldn't cross, so he posted the stories. And I was sitting on my couch, and it was just like reacted like this, smiling face, like laughing face. Just I also like like your stories or something. It's just nothing else. It's just like I'm just clicking. Yeah, I'm reacting. And I don't know. Not more than a minute later, he texted me, and he's like, "Did you bring your gravel?" And I said, like, "No, I have my road bike here. I have my TD bike here." And we started talking, and I'm sorry, Mark, but people have to know. So his question was, in few messages, and of course, like, I was moving that day from team house to the other place. So he, of course, like, he was like, "Hey, if you need any help," I like, "No, thanks. I'm done with the moving, so it's okay." And like few messages later, "Do you have a hot tub in your new place?"
Nice. Yeah. In there.
Yeah. And so yeah, I sent him a message, like, I don't know, later when I was in my hot tub. Like, I just sent him a picture of the hot tub. Like, yeah, I have. And like 3 days later, he came to spend time in a hot tub. And so, but for me, it was like, I think, like, for me, both probably was just like, like friends, whatever. So yeah, I just told him, if you're okay with spending time, like an hour listening to my not great Polish accent, you're okay, you can come. And always nice to have someone to talk. And yeah, that how it started. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
yeah, that's so funny. Like long distance, it's crazy. Yeah, um, especially like I'm not even in my, like, my home, like I'm in Canada. It's not even my country or something. Um, I can't be longer in US than 3 months in a row.
For visa and stuff.
Exactly. So my plan, normally since I was a kid, I had this B2 visa, which was like 6 months. You can be 6 months in a row. Of course, if the longest, because sometimes they telling you not, but I never had a problem. But after that, they said that Polish people doesn't have to have visa to come, just to pay like the little fee and come anytime. And I was so sure that it's 6 months still. So I came to Arizona in February, and I was planning to stay till St. George. But I got like before May, yeah, in the end of April, I got an email from Border Protection something. Gabriela, hope you're enjoying your stay in the U.S., but we kind of remind you that you have 10 days left. And I was like, what? And yeah, and it was so bad. I was like, in a nice shape for racing. Here, Mark, we were planning to see each other for long and still see each other in St. George and whatever. And yeah, and I had to leave US because if I would stay longer, they can ban me forever. So yeah, and after that, that was so crazy. And like, for example, like me and Mark, we had no idea that we're going to like continue that or not, because like long distance, he from the beginning says that he's not super like into long distance. So yeah, so I had to come back to Canada as fast as possible. And yeah, and I was like such in a bad shape, like, because, when you're ready for racing, and just the one thing I haven't checked, I was so sure about 6 months. And yeah, so I had to reorganize and just like made it in my head. And yeah, but yeah, it turned out that we can do the long distance. And of course, I wasn't able to come back to US they say that first they say that you can't come for next 3 months, but after that I started like asking and sending like messages, like all these emails and everything. And they said no, that there's no amount of days you should to be outside, but of course it's better for you because if you come, yeah, exactly. So yeah, we had like 3 months not seeing each other, just video messages, video calls, but I think right now that it just show, I don't know, it just made us the way we are right now, in a good way, that we just all we had was phone. And we had to talk. Yes, if yeah, there was like if we wouldn't talk, wouldn't have some, even like, of course, the trust to like all this, like some hard conversations about some things, whatever, just to know each other better. I think finally, in the end of the day, today, let's say, I would say that was something good would happen to us, I think. Yeah. So,
I think so too.
Yeah. So sorry, Mark. Now everyone knows that you ask me, do you have a hot tub?
Yeah. I'm glad I asked. And it's
Yes.
cool because I've known Mark for a while now. I've gotten to know him. He's a super giving guy.
Yeah.
Has allowed me to come spend some time with him in Tucson now for 2 years in a row. And I know that like can take time and energy because, he's very focused on wanting to be a
Yeah.
pro and working and doing all the other things. And
Yeah.
so he's a really good host. He has a really good heart. And like you
Yeah.
have a really deep understanding of
Yeah.
like emotions and family dynamics and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you guys have a lot. From what I know from you after an hour
Yeah.
of conversation, I think you have a lot of really cool things to
Yeah.
offer him and vice
Thank you.
versa. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like really, I never expected man. I'm older than him. I'm older than him, 2 months older. And I was always thinking that, like men in my age are like, not a good like material.
Yeah,
Like
live.
whatever I knew is like, whoa. And still like they need like, let's say 5 years or something. But here it was such a nice surprise how mature he can be. And like we say that we match our freak because come on, we can laugh from so silly things. And yeah, so that's nice that when we need to be serious we are serious. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I hope so will be nice thing
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So a couple of questions left to ask you.
Mhm.
And I kind of forgot the other one, so I'm going to ask this
Mhm.
one. This is a
Yeah.
bit of a deeper question, but
Yeah.
it's an advice question. So
Okay.
for anybody out there who may be listening to this who's gone through something hard, or it can be trauma,
Mhm.
it can be whatever, but they haven't figured out how to deal with it, and maybe they've noticed there's something off about themselves, and they want to like figure it
Mhm.
out. What would you advise them, or give them advice for to get on the journey to find healing?
Advice is for sure, first, if they have someone who can talk to, like the first like best friend or someone, I would say that that's the good first step. But just right now, if they know that something is wrong or something is bothering them for a longer time, it's just it's not a shame to ask for help. That's it. It's like just one conversation. That's really what I am so happy that I have like my friends. And when I saw they're struggling with something, like of course, they're I'm saying about the big things in their lives. And when I said something, listen, I'm here to listen to you, but you need someone else. Like probably it will be better for
Professional.
you. And I'm so happy because right now when I can see, they were like, first like one person was like no, but after that, when she, for example, she called me and she's like, girl, I was just crying like for a whole hour there. And yeah, I want to go there. I haven't felt that way. Like it's just one conversation, with someone in the beginning. And so it's just, don't be afraid to go and ask, or just, you can make an appointment online, see someone like I see you right now, and just ask and whatever. So because sometimes, what I also can see, even having friends, like what I can see from my other friend experience, when the person was struggling with something, and just like, of course, talking to so many people, there is so many people and so many point of views. So sometimes you can just be like so finally I have no idea what to do. Yeah, like
Yeah.
every person, especially friends, are having emotions too. Like if something's wrong, going like if something is happening wrong to you, whatever, they also have emotions. They don't want to feel that way. So, but also this is not like sometimes it's better to just be like calm down and just like that's why I when I'm trying to help someone and to talk and to give advice, I'm trying to leave my emotions and just like, even if the person maybe is not happy what I'm going to say, but I want to say that because, sometimes, yeah, exactly. So just, don't be afraid to ask for help or just read some, there's like also, because I also know that there are many people who are just, even if they won't go and they won't go and talk to someone no matter what. But right now also there's so many nice, really like books or podcasts or something, which is like they can show you, maybe not help you, but at least they can give you some seed. Exactly. And who knows, maybe after this you'll be the person will be more confident to go and do the next step. Yeah, so for everyone is the other thing, because some people are just don't want to go and talk to anyone. So I fully understand that, and it's okay. Just try to find a way which works for you. Yeah. That the thing that like having like a psychologist, or I don't know how to like name it, a therapist, was for me, that was what helped me. It was probably third or fourth person, and the person, even now, if I would have like if I would struggling with something, because right now I don't do sessions anymore, but I know this is part of our contract from years, that if there would be something, I can call and send a message like, hey, like I need to talk because this is this, and it's not. And also, some people are having they thinking that they will go to therapist or someone, and the person is going to help them, like the person is going to give them like advice, or they are going, the person is to make decisions for them or something. This is hard work, going for therapy. This is hard work. This is your job, not the person who is sitting there. You have to learn all those new patterns. You have to learn how to react for other things. You have to change your mindset. And this is like running. You have to go and do it like, consistent. You have to be consistent on the things you're doing. And thanks to that, the same like swimming. Yeah, you have to do like proper move so many times to finally change your technique or click and whatever. And that's the same. It doesn't come. It can bring you relief in 1-2 sessions, but the proper work is starting later, when you have to really work and rethink all those things. Yeah.
Good answer. Don't be afraid to ask for help and be consistent with it. It is
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my last question, and
yes.
Thank you for giving advice. It was so good. Your first name is Gabriela. Your last name is
yes.
Gawel. How do I say it again?
This is wait. Gabriela Gaweł. Gaweł.
Gaweł.
Gaweł. Gaweł.
Gaweł.
Gaweł. Yeah, really nice. And I really love how you guys were struggling with that. Marc, finally, after your podcast, and when I was like, come on, Marc, like so finally he's yes. So yeah, that's the thing, that is Gaweł, and it's like the letter with the dash. So exactly, Gaweł.
So, and to say your first name in Polish, was it Gabrieszka? What was it?
So it's Gabryśka.
Gabryszka Gaweł.
Gabryśka Gaweł. Gabriela is my but this is like, short version. Gabryśka, or Gabrysia. So yeah, those are the versions how to how to say it.
Yeah. Last thing, how do you say thank you in Polish?
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Yes.
Well, dziękuję, Gabriela, for
Dziękuję.
taking the time to share,
Thank you.
for being on, and for being so vulnerable. It's a cool journey
Thank
you're
you
on.
so
And I'm
much.
so glad that you are in a place when you can kind of, like you said, change your mindset and see what patterns need to shift and change. And it's been really good getting to know you, obviously. And would love
Thank you
to
so much.
get to meet
And
you in
thank you
person.
for making this I don't know, the atmosphere here that I felt that I can without judgment, and just I don't have to be afraid of my language or whatever I'm going to say. It's so nice because you're making this I don't know how to even say that right now, but
Comfortable.
and yes, exactly. So
That's
thank
it.
you so much.
Well, thank you for saying that. And yeah, it's been awesome. Can't wait to meet you in person. It'll be fun.
Yes, I hope so soon.
Thank you so much to Gabriela Gawel, or should I say Gabriela Gawel. She is an amazing person. Obviously has gone through a ton, and it was really special for me to get to hear her story and just kind of plug myself in those situations and relate really a lot to her brother, because I think that we are similar, and she's similar to my younger sisters in a lot of ways in the things that she experienced. So it was a particularly potent and good episode for me. So yeah, just to leave you with a little bit of the advice she was talking about for how to find healing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And remember, it does take hard work, and there's some things you have to change, and it's uncomfortable. But the long-term benefit and gain and a peace to be had from going through something like therapy for our things that we've gone through, no matter what it is, no matter the intensity level, is really important. So yeah, thank you again, Gabi, for coming on. And thank you so much for being here to all of you. And I hope to catch you in the next one and hear from you very soon. See ya.